Hi, I'm going to teach you how to make homemade bread today since there is so very little bread on the shelves. This way to make bread is very simple, although there are several steps. So at first it might feel a little overwhelming, but once you do it a few times, it's very, very easy. So first what we're going to do is we're going to start, and this is going to make 2 loaves of bread. We're going to start with 1 cup of water. Pour your water into a bowl. And then we are going to get some yeast. I have a huge bag of yeast that I got from Costco because I make bread so much. You don't have to get this much yeast, but you're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. And then you will do 1.5 cups of flour. I like to use the King Arthur whole wheat flour in my starter, but you can use white bread flour as well if you want to. But this just makes it taste so good. And you're going to use 1.5 cups for your starter. Just a little more in there. Pour that in. And then, Anna, if you want to zoom up here into the bread, we're going to stir this up. And it'll be a nice, thick, sort of pasty texture. And this is going to be our bread starter. Now, I like to do this at night. See that nice consistency? It's so good. We will leave this overnight covered. And so I will show you what it looks like in the morning. See you in the morning. Okay, let's continue our bread making from yesterday. So we made our starter last night, and this morning oh, that smells so good. So I want to show you this. This is what the starter should look like. It's just sort of a gooey, it smells sort of sweet and yeasty, so delicious. So that's what we're going to use to make our dough. So I have a little scale here, and I'm going to use this scale to measure 750 milligrams of flour. And I don't know how many cups that is. So you can look that up on YouTube. 750 grams of flour. And this is unbleached bread flour. Now, bread flour has more protein. Oh, perfect. More protein than regular flour, which is really interesting. I never thought of bread as having protein in it, but in fact, it does. So I have my 750 milligrams of flour here. Here's my little scale. Moving that away. And I will pour this into my bowl, right on top of my starter. Again, this is making 2 loaves. And then I'm gonna add some sea salt, probably about 2 heaping teaspoons. This is a little spoon, so I'll put a few of those in there. You can salt to taste, really. Sea salt, again. And then I have been soaking 2 cups of water. And so just pour this water in here, like that. And then the best part, this is so much fun, mix your dough, get your hands in there. I did wash my hands this morning before this. So just knead it around. Look at this. I'll show you how fun this is. Just get that all mixed up in there. I usually hold the bowl with one hand and then knead the flour around with my other hand. And this is great for kids too. You can let your kids join in this. They love to do that. Mine are still sleeping. So, and again, what a fun activity to do during this quarantine time. Make your own bread, and so much more healthy. I mean, just no comparison to store-bought bread. And then as you bake it, oh, It just smells so good throughout your house, and the kids are like, home baked bread, and then you just throw a soup together and there's your dinner, you know? Fresh bread makes the dinner. Okay, so see how this is sort of just a nice lump of deliciousness. And put this in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this again. And I'm going to put this to the side and let it rise all day long today. So probably about 6 to 8 hours, and this dough will rise up to the top. And then I'm going to put it in my refrigerator. And I will put it in my refrigerator for about 24 hours, and then I'm ready to use my dough and bake it. So after the dough has been in the refrigerator for 24 hours, it looks like this. And it's a nice cold ball of bread. And then what I'm going to do, and by the way, that dough can stay in the refrigerator for up to a week. So, you know, the longer you want to leave it in there, the more yeasty it becomes, but you can use that dough for up to a week. Now, after I take it out of the refrigerator, I'm going to spray my loaf pan, and I have just a simple olive oil spray here. And I will take my dough, my nice cold dough. Oh, by the way, if you only want to put the dough in for an hour or two, if you're running out of time, that's fine too. But it can stay up in there for up to a week. So I make a little disc, fold my little disc over, and put my loaf into my loaf pan. You can spray the top of your loaf too if you want. And then I will make a little tent with my foil and cover this into an airtight little loaf. This has to be done in the morning because your loaf will need to rise throughout the day. It'll take probably 4 to 6 hours to rise, and then you will be ready to bake your loaf. And you will bake your loaf at a preheated 475 degrees, covered for 20 minutes, and then uncover it for another 15 minutes till it's golden brown. And I will come back tonight and show you how this loaf turned out. See you later. Okay, the loaf has been rising all day. We're going to unveil it and just check it out and see. Ooh, look at this. All right, isn't that pretty, Jack? I know. Okay, we're gonna bake this on a 475 preheated oven, covered for 20 minutes, and then uncovered for 15 minutes. And I will show you what it looks like when I pull it out of the oven. Here is the finished product. So yummy. Can't you just smell it right now? Enjoy.